ragged as goat's locks.
Think it's all right to touch him?
Cursebreakers sent their thanks. And their compliments. They were clearly very fond of
They remembered her. After all these years, I suppose she was very kind. Even to a tongue-tied look, she put everything into her work. She wasn't. When she died, I named a sapling after her.
And through you.
I didn't do anything, really.
By the way...
Of course not. No. They like your fruit, Martel. Isn't that wonderful? Just look at her. Isn't Martel in fine fettle? What about young Poppy Mill here? He's got some work to do if he wants to catch up with his brother Kenneth.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than.
Likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Mockery of...
Quiet, you! I think we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her. 'Twould be a pit...
Of course, your lordship.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small?
Then they must be here for something.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right. I heard you the first time.
You're a long way from home, aren't you? I'll find it at home. I reckon that's fair. I'll find it at home. I'd pay more if I could. I reckon that's fair. Fare you well?
Excuse me.
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There've been attacks on the garrison. So the Empire wants answers on what the Empire...
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100 full legions?
We're going hunting for outlaws.
I heard it were a family. How'd you like that, boy?
Run along now, before one of the boys starts thinking you're something you're not. Run along now, before one of the boys starts thinking you're something you're not.
You seen him?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. At least I think there was a Black Shields.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. If only we were. I might have turned him in and become a Black Shield.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know,
How'd you get it?
but we need to find out.
Two more left to join the garrison this very morn.
At this rate, there'll be none left to help with the harvest.
What did those knights want, Father?
I told you to stay in the house. Go on.
Greetings, friend.
I know that.
We couldn't help noticing.
Don't you go telling. I speak for the people of this village. You are to leave Amber.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what breed. The Empire is a harsh master. Some might call it. This village will not become.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.